Oh, we have something special today, my friends. A viewer it's a question, a viewer question suggested video. That's how you say that. Englishing gooder in the present tense.
Illustrations by Pete.
So a viewer that was on the how to draw abstract doodles video, I'll link that below. Christina, thank you. This is a great question. Very helpful examples of what you can do. Thank you. I also appreciate the message in your commentary that our drawing doesn't have to have meaning or start intentionally as something specific. It's okay to draw completely abstractly. Can I ask your opinion? Yes. Do you think if we doodle in this sort of way, does it develop us, our pen skill, our creativity, etc.? Will we progress in some sort of way without intentional skill development activity or techniques? Could we organically progress in our own way? What I hear in this question, Christina, is you're saying, I hear what you're saying in the video, I understand it, am I going to move forward? I don't want to waste my time, I don't want to do anything that's going to hinder my progress or not help me move forward. Can you help me? Is this going to work? The short answer is yes. That was an easy video. We pack it up now. Please don't leave. That is what I'm going to tackle today. I'm going to do an abstract drawing. I didn't plan to do this. I don't know what I'm doing. The only thing I plan to do is in the beginning I wanted to tone the page first. I did that with the Inktense and then went over it with watercolor. I knew I was going to do that, but it was just abstract. I'm just doing a doodle. I'm just having fun, putting some color out, and you'll see nothing was intentional, but I still learned and I progressed and I developed, and I'm going to show you where I did that. I'll point that out to you, how that goes in the video. Okay, so we're going to answer that question today with empirical evidence proven. Let's get into that. So when you draw or when you doodle abstract, even if you have no idea what you're doing and you're not sure what you're going to end up with, you're drawing and making shapes and textures and patterns. Those are decisions that you're making. It's your experimental journey, but you will often find that as you do this, you will discover little areas of interest, like how you did something or the way you achieved an effect or maybe a pattern, and you can repeat that, and you'll enjoy that spot. You'll say, oh, I really enjoy that thing. And I'm going to do it in the next one too. I'll take it to the next painting. Maybe you'll develop that idea for all. Maybe you'll do 2, 3, or 10 of very similar type things, and you'll use that same technique in those and see where you can fit it in and how you can do that. Now, once you figure that out, it's in your tool belt and you can pull it out whenever you want. So from that point on, it's the same thing as learning to draw a bird or a face or anything else, and the more you do it, the better you're going to get at it. But I just want to point out that I always find that my interest is sparked by accidental discovery. So I'll also link a video down below. In the drawing, I was trying to draw something intentionally, and then it was something very specific, but then I was able to take elements of old work and put it into the new work, and it worked out, and I enjoyed it, and because it was something that I just discovered. It was an accident. I didn't mean to draw that. I just drew it in a doodle, but I loved it. So when I was doing something intentionally, I was able to bring that over, and I think that's where that progression is. So yes, this works, and at the very least, it can increase your creativity, and in my case, it also helps me develop my skill, proven by science. I'll even pay for a research facility to say so, and they'll put that out in the local paper. This is what I'm doing here. I've never done this kind of thing before. I wanted to tone the page with the Inktense. I did that. That was intentional. But after that, I was just experimenting, I grabbed 3 random brushes. And one of them I had used a lot, the other one a little bit. But that rigger brush, man, that stuff is that faux squirrel brush. I've only used it a few times. It's limper than a wilting tomato plant in a sauna, listening to Al Gore tell it how it's really just wilting from cow farts. And this is what I ended up with. I'm happy with it. With the way that this came out, it was great. And I'll use this brush again in this way. And I think I've developed my skill with the tool. I've learned how to use something that I didn't think I had any use for. Like I said, once or twice before I've tried to use it before. It doesn't really work for me. If I had a stiffer brush, maybe. But this thing, I'm not kidding. It's limp. So I hope this answers that question. And I encourage you to create abstract doodles because everyone can do it so long as you can put a mark making instrument to a substrate. You can put a pencil on a piece of paper or paint on a canvas, whatever you want. And just enjoy the process. Enjoy the idea that you're creating something that has never existed before. Feel good about yourself for maybe 10-20 minutes of the day and put something on there and then learn. You're learning. You're going to get that area where you say, oh, I love what I just did. Let me develop this a little bit more. And you may focus on it for the whole rest of the drawing because now you're starting to learn. You didn't mean to do it, but you did it. You enjoyed it. And you're going to continue to do it. And here's something I want to talk about because I see so much of this. There's just so much false information going around. Some people believe that when you say that you're going to be an artist, that you're just working hard and starving until one day someone comes along and discovers you, and then you'll become famous. I think this idea is believed not just by the general public, but by a lot of artists. I know it is by musicians. They're in a different class. So I think people think, okay, if I just get my work in front of the right person, my career is going to take off. I have to tell you, maybe it's almost true, but it's a gross over-exaggeration. Gross. So yes, if you can get your art in front of the right people, your career will take off. But for almost all situations, it can take years, maybe 3 to 5 years of consistently getting art in front of people. And then you can amass a number of supporters who'll help you finally start your career as an independent artist. Now, that word's important, independent. That's the key. Because on the flip side, you can start your career making money in the workforce as a graphic designer or maybe on staff as an artist for a company. But it'll take years to prove yourself either way. At least that way you'll be getting paid for it more so in the beginning. But before you really start making the money, even in a company, it takes years. And in either case, it's just like any other career. It takes time. So don't think that you'll start out on social media and there will be this unknown crowd of people that pushes your work because of how good it is without you putting in just as much time and effort into that crowd as you do your artwork. It always comes down to one simple issue. How much value are you adding to other people first? And then the rest will follow. So it's the same thing anywhere else in life. You always need to elevate others, add value to their life or their business. If you're just in a regular career, you can apply this to that. Add value to your job, to your career, and then you can reap the rewards after that. Just keep that in mind the next time you create a piece of art and you want to sell it online. It's always, whenever we create something we're proud of, that's always the best. Look at this, this is the best thing ever. Don't you want, how can someone not say this is the best thing? But this is the first time maybe someone's seeing it. And they say, okay, I understand. This looks good. Let's see what else you have. Then you got to prove yourself. You always have to prove yourself. So what have you done for the person who expects to buy that art, that's going to invest their time and energy into you? That's the question you have to answer. And since we're talking about people who invest in you, have you ever heard people say that you should surround yourself with people who are better than you because that will inevitably bring you up a notch? Is it me, or are these self-help morons telling you to only surround yourself with people who you can benefit from? They're telling you to sit back and evaluate your friends and your loved ones based on their status in life. The more successful the person, the more you should look to spend more time with them. I don't value people based on their status. that assumes that you or me is the most important person in the world, and I should benefit from everyone, or just throw them away. I know, when they say it, it sounds good, right? I don't want to surround myself with people who are toxic and, they waste their life and they waste their time and they enjoy, doing nothing. But these people may enjoy their life because they're content. They may enjoy life because they appreciate what they have, and they're not always looking to step on someone to get somewhere else, or they're not always thinking about money and status. They're enjoying things. They're appreciating their life. What you're saying, if you do something like this, is that I'm only going to hang out with people that help me get rich, or help me improve my status in life, or help me do something else. Now, I know, I've listened to these people. I hear them. I try to listen to everybody's opinion, and I've listened to them. They've gotten rid of all of their friends, people who really cared about them, because they wanted to be around more successful people, people who would help them be more successful in whatever they were doing. And, I'm an entrepreneur, so I got to be around other entrepreneurs all the time, and everybody else is content with their life. They're just dragging themselves down. They're not doing anything with their life. I'm not saying you shouldn't hang out around like-minded people. That's not what I'm saying. And the people share your goals, and those friends are good to have too. But don't throw away all the people who care about you before your name was up in lights. It makes you a bad human. Look, you have a responsibility to yourself and your family to move forward or to better their life and yours. But if someone's tearing you down, I get away from that person. If they're constantly, knocking you down or trying to tell you you're not going to be worth anything or anything you're doing is not worth it, I understand spending less time with those people because of those reasons. But maybe you just don't throw away everyone who cares about you so that you can raise your status in life. Maybe you can find a way to get more money and improve your career and enhance the lives of those people who supported you and who are around you in your life that love you. There's nothing wrong with being a positive person and trying to improve your life. Just don't step on everyone else along the way. How you get there is perhaps more important. It is, I'm convinced. How you get there is more important than the end result. That's how I look at it. I would rather get somewhere. I would rather not make it to my goal, but I did it the right way and I built people up along the way, than to get to my goal quicker and just trash everybody. I can't stand the self-helpers. Their advice always sounds good, but the practical application of it is usually damaging. And you're down, not just yourself, people around you. You affect other people. Everyone that you come in contact with, you're affecting them. And I encourage you to really sit back and think of all the angles before you take their advice. Okay, I'm done with that. Except I also want to mention that all of the products you see here in the video are available down below in my affiliate links. And for everyone that you buy, another puppy gets his collar. Well, I hope you learned something in this video today. Probably nothing. We never do. We never really learn anything here. We're just having fun. And I guess I'm going to go. Man, I'll see you in the next one.